Today, I'm going to show you the paid ad strategy that made $75,000 in just the last 90 days. This has worked for me in real estate. It's worked in coaching, consulting, education, like medical care, you name it. This has worked anywhere. The very first time that I started running ads is probably the dumbest that I've ever felt in my life. I was working for this real estate company at the time, and we had shot 10 different ads that I felt like I'd worked really, really hard on. But after a month of running these same 10 ads, like it just never really went anywhere. And so, of course, like I have a boss at the time and he's looking at me like, dude, like what the fuck? And so I remember going online and looking up like paid ads experts, and I found this guy on Fiverr. And because like I didn't have any money to pay this guy, and so I practically begged him to like hop on a Zoom call and help me figure out what I was doing wrong. But he said yes, and like he probably only said yes just to shut me up and to get out to get me out of his hair. But he did, and so we hopped on a call and he looked at my ads, and within like 30 seconds, I could already tell he just like had this look on his face, and he's like, "Is this it?" And I just look at him and I'm just like, "Yeah." And like, I have no idea what I've done wrong. He's like, how often are you recording ads? I'm like, I don't know. Like, we'll record like once a month or so, like 5 or 10 ads we'll do once a month. And he just looks at me and he goes, dude, we film like 30 ads a week. And I just remember it clicking to me. I was like, oh my God, like that's so much more than I thought it was going to be. But he assured me, he was like, no, man, like there's an easy way to do this. Like, let me show you how. The first thing that he did is he explained to me how to think about campaigns, ad sets, and ads. And so what he explained to me is that campaigns you separate out by audience and by location. So this is like if you have products that you're selling to women as opposed to men, or you have national campaigns versus local campaigns, like he separates them out at the campaign level. With ad sets, he separated it out by product or by offer. And also a little side note, this is the section where he would actually set the budgeting numbers. And so he would set $100 a day per ad set. And then all of the ads within that ad set shared that $100 a day budget. And then obviously you have like all of your ads here. And I just remember thinking, I was like, dude, there's no way I can do 30 ads a week. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I have to market the business. I have to do sales. I got to run these webinars or run these sales pages. And I have to onboard and I have to do fulfillment. Like, I don't have time to do this. And so he showed me a really, really straightforward way to be able to do this consistently. So if you're using meta ads, each ad set can hold about 30 pieces of creative in it at a time. And so the goal is that you just fill that up as much as you possibly can. So here's an example that he gave me that like, I love this example so much that I've ruthlessly stolen it over the past couple of years. So imagine that you're going and you're playing baseball, right? And let's say that even on the high end, you go up and you bat one time per inning. So you get to bat 9 times. Unless you're just like a rock star baseball player, the likelihood that you hit a bunch of home runs is probably pretty slim because you only get to bat 9 times. And now let's say instead of going and just playing normal baseball, let's say that you go and you do home run derby and you bat 100, 150 times per session. Well, it's reasonable to assume that you're probably going to strike more home runs swinging 150 times than you are if you only swing 9. And so that's really what we're trying to do. We're just trying to give more opportunities to have that one ad that just blows up and takes you to the moon. And so there's fundamentally 3 different sections to an ad. You have a hook. Some people call this a call out. You have the body of the ad, and you have the CTA, right? What do you want them to do next? And so what he explains to me, he says, okay, Dan, you're going to write 5 hooks for these ads. You're going to write 3 different bodies for these ads. And then you're going to write 2 CTAs. Because when you put all of these together, this will allow for you to make 30 combinations of different ads. So what I've seen work the best is that when you make more hooks than any other part of the ad, when you sit down to do this process, because there's a quote that I like that I don't remember at all who said it, but it's like, once somebody has read the headline, you've spent 80 cents of your marketing dollar. And so the hook is the thing that we want to test the absolute most. And one of the cheat codes that you can do here is that you can go to Facebook. Once you're on Facebook, you can go to like somebody's public profile page. If you go to the About tab and you look for the transparency section, you can actually go and see all of the ads that everybody is running on Facebook. And so one thing that I do is I will actively go on Facebook or on Instagram or on TikTok, and I will go through and try to get served ads. And I have like a folder, like I will download ads that I like and I will put them all into some folder so that I can go back and I can reference them later. So once you've done that and you have the 30 ads in your ad set, what you're going to do next is super simple. Every week, you're going to have these 30 ads that have been running for the past, 7 days, 3 days, like however long you've been doing it. What you'll notice is you'll be like, okay, well, these 3 ads here brought in a bunch of leads, but all of these ones down here didn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold on to these handful of ads that actually did get us leads, and those are going to become our control. Now, starting out, it may be just one ad, it may be 3 ads, it may be 5 ads that are actually bringing leads, and then everything else bombs. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these bottom ones that didn't convert into leads, you're going to delete those out of the ad set. We're going to completely cut them out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the drawing board, and we're going to do the same exact process again and refill the ad set. And so if you can get into the habit of fill your first ad set with your 30 ads, keep the winners, cut all the losers, and then redo this process every single week. That is how we're able to get crazy numbers. Like, we were running a webinar to a local cold audience, right? So not a lot of people and none of them knew us, but we were able to get clicks for about $1, maybe $1.50. And so one of the biggest levers you can pull in driving your ad costs down is actually just really focusing on the creative. This is the kind of stuff that I've never really talked about super publicly. So if you're interested in this type of stuff, like, drop a comment. If you're seeing this in a school group, drop a comment down there, let me know, and maybe I will make some more of it.